Hey there, Josh Freeman with Josh and Katie Homes, powered by eXp Realty. I want to take just a moment to share an answer to a question that Katie and I are often asked, and that is, should we, the buyer, hire a real estate agent for a new construction home, especially with a production builder? We are often asked this question because somebody is looking at purchasing a new home, and when you walk into the new home sales center, or the model home as it's more often known as, you're greeted by a sales associate. And those sales associates are willing to take you through the process. But should you still hire a real estate agent prior to beginning your search for a new construction home? The answer is yes. It is always yes. Now, I want to share 3 reasons why it should always be yes. And there's many others, but the 3 primary reasons are because, first of all, representation. You are unrepresented in that transaction. The biggest financial transaction of most people's lives is not something you want to be underrepresented in. You see, when you walk into that model home, that sales associate represents the builder. That sales associate not only represents the builder, but has to maintain the builder's best interest in mind. It doesn't mean they won't be friendly to you and that they won't help you in some way, but at the end of the day, they represent the builder, not the buyer. And this means that you are now unrepresented in your transaction. This means that they don't work for you, they work for them. So you don't have anyone kind of in your corner rooting for you, in your corner letting you know, hey, here's some things you need to find out before signing this contract. You need someone in your corner that can be another set of eyes that reads through this contract and says, wait a minute, this is supposed to come standard, but this contract does not list that. Or, wait a minute, do you understand what this paragraph is saying that you're about to sign? What an escalation clause is, for example, which is very common these days. As a real estate agent, we keep your interest above all other interests, even our own. We focus on you and what is in your best interest as the buyer. And if something goes south, or if something doesn't work out, or if some deadline is not met by the builder that is in the contract, we are there to help navigate those situations. You see, if something happens and you're unrepresented, what I tell people is, where are you going to turn? But the real estate agent, we can really help with this. We can really help you navigate the process. And the process it makes it a lot more enjoyable being represented, because you can kind of breathe a sigh of relief knowing that you didn't miss anything on that contract, that you didn't miss any of those questions maybe you should have asked. Because when you get caught up in the excitement and you get caught up in all of the passion and all the shininess of a new home, walking through that model home, there's some things that we as realtors can help you with and help you think through that may slip your mind, but they're important things you want to talk about, you want to ask, and you want to decide prior to signing that construction contract. We also do resale advising. And so we represent you, and part of that is resale advising. Now, you may think this is your forever home, and it could be. Most people stay in their home an average of 8 or more years. But if you down the road decided to sell for one reason or another, you want to know what upgrades you're putting in right now are going to give a good value and a good return in resale. There are some upgrades that you can put in that you see in the model home that you can put in your home that won't have as much value on the return in investment that you made. So we offer some advising on upgrades, because when you go and you build, every upgrade they're going to charge for, and that's going to be structurally, you're going to do upgrades, and then you're going to go into the design center and they're going to charge for every single upgrade there too. So we can help advise on what upgrades might be worth it and what upgrades may not really pay back what you put into it. Upgrades are a personal. I want to say one more thing about upgrades. They're a very personal thing, and they're really great to have, especially if you can afford them. But you can also overbuild a home in a neighborhood. And when you overbuild, it becomes much more difficult to sell that home down the road. We can also advise you when it comes to resale advising trends versus timeliness. There's a lot of things trending right now that are really gorgeous and really great, but 30, 40, 50 years ago, there were things that were trending that nobody wants in a home now. I mean, remember back when you had the pink in homes, right? Nobody wants pink these days. Pink countertops, and I remember seeing pink tiles in some homes. And that's not really what people are wanting. Or remember the green tiles for the tile countertop. And so we also can help with the trends versus timelessness, I apologize. And with the trends, they're not necessarily bad, but some structural trends are very, very difficult to change. Elevation of a home. The structural elevation of a home is very difficult to change down the road. And so those are things to be aware of, and we can help advise on. Now, I use the word advise strategically, and that is because we will not tell you what to do. You're the client. We want to represent you and your interests. We will simply just advise. And then what you ultimately decide, that is wonderful. It doesn't hurt my or Katie feelings. It doesn't hurt our team's feelings. We're all for what you want, but it helps to have someone in your corner to bounce ideas off of. But we also provide resources to you. And so we can help you navigate throughout this process. You see, often they're going to give incentives to use their people. Now, their people are exactly that. The builder's people. And they're going to give you incentives to do that. You might get some money for using their preferred lender. Now, they'll always say you have the right to choose your own, and it's almost always better to choose your own. Well, Josh, what about getting the incentive of using their lender? Right now, many lenders are giving about 0.5 to 0.75%, not all, but towards your closing costs. Did you know that most lenders will match or will get as close as they possibly can to matching the incentives of a builder's lender? And so we offer you those options where we can say, hey, if you don't have a lender, let's get a lender that works only for you. Let's get a lender that works only with you in this transaction. Here's some people that we use, and we have people we recommend. And we don't get kickbacks from that. We don't get anything except for the satisfaction of knowing that they can get the job done and that they treat our clients well. But we can be a resource to help you navigate that. And also, sometimes if they want you to use their attorney, well, again, the key word there is their attorney. We have people that we can refer you to, and they don't work for myself or Katie, they work for you. But we know they treat our clients well. We get them as being recommended by people. That's how we get our list, are those recommended by clients we've had in the past and by others who have used them. And many of them we have used ourselves in our transactions. But we do offer ourselves as a resource where we can help you navigate through those, finding the attorneys, finding title companies, finding lenders if you need lenders, and several other things. Man, we can even help if you get into the home and you're looking for yard care experts or house cleaning people. We have lists that we can help get you situated with these individuals. But when you go looking for a new home, and it's a fun and it's an exciting process, think about using a real estate agent. So again, to recap, when I'm asked the question, should I, the buyer, use a real estate agent in purchase of new construction, my answer is always yes, because the real estate agent represents you and works for you, their client, not for the builder. The real estate agent offers resale advising in the event that down the road you may want to sell your home that you bought. And we also offer resources to you as well, so that you don't have to use their people. You can use other people that we know have helped and that come highly recommended to us from past clients, and many of them we use ourselves as real estate agents. So if I can be of any help, reach out to me. Again, my name is Josh Freeman with Josh and Katie Homes, powered by eXp Realty. I would be honored if there's anything I do for you. Have a wonderful day.